Hi, I'm Ariana Grado.
And I'm Peter Holden.
We're from the Circus Collective, and we're here to talk to Dr. Hazel Grace Yates and Sean
Patrick Marr.
There you go. Yeah.
And they are going to be doing the Cock and Pussy Project on October 8th at the Circus Collective, and we just wanted to talk to them a little bit about what they're going to be doing and what this is. And first of all, where are you guys located? We're talking through Skype and just want to find out a little bit more about you, where you're at.
Yeah, I'm calling in from the hills of Hollywood in California.
And I am calling in from the hills of Texas in Austin.
Wow. Are you guys coming in just for this run of workshops to kind of show Denver what this is all about?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
So let's talk about the workshop.
We are the Circus Collective, and as a collective, we really emphasize the importance of a community. So we're really excited for you to come out and help our community be more cohesive and bond with each other by fleshing out some intimate issues and details about people's lives and how they interact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so can you tell us like something intriguing that people get out of this, or like what do people get out of it and how does it help them bridge community and help learn about each other?
Yeah. Sean, you want to take this one?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I think what the primary thing that people get out of this, I feel like, is an opportunity to express themselves more fully and to be seen in doing that. And that in and of itself, the willingness to show up into a space and vulnerably express ourselves with others creates connection. I think there's something about me sharing something that I usually don't share that feels vulnerable and allowing you to witness me in that has connection be created between us. And for me to be able to deliver a story or an experience about something that I've been harboring, and then to find resonance in the room or compassion in the room, has me feel a lot more release of that story. Like any kind of holding that's had on me gets to be diminished and kind of pulled off of me through the support of a welcoming and compassionate community around me.
Yeah. And as you were sharing that, Sean, the story that pops to my mind is the first time I ever did the Cock Project, which was 4 years ago in Boulder. And it was a little bit of an accident how the workshop got created, and it was magic, and no one was expecting quite the level of transformation that people experience. And I remember there was a woman at the very end, and she shared, and so the woman was listening for an hour and a half as the cock havers and the cock owners shared their stories so transparently and openly. And at the end, the woman said, "I walked in here tonight with a hard heart towards men and assuming that they all wanted one thing and that I had to protect myself from them. And I'm leaving here with a soft heart and compassion and understanding and realizing that men have experienced just as much as I've experienced. It might just look differently on the outside." And as she was doing so, she was tearful, and it was palpable in the room, the shift that had happened for everyone in the room, those who were sharing and those who were witnessing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you're on mute at this point.
Sorry. Can you tell us a little bit more about the layout of the workshop, like the kind of what it looks like?
Would you like that one, Hazel Grace? This is your favorite one to choose. Okay, I'll talk about it. So the layout of the workshop for the Cock Project, for instance, all the cock owners are invited to be in a center circle. And I'm in that circle with the cock owners, and I ask questions into that space. And the cock owners are given the opportunity to have the floor. We have a talking piece, so only one person speaks at a time, and they can speak about what's true for them and their story. And this part actually only comes after about an hour of setting the safest possible container that we can. We set lots of agreements and ways of being, and we create some continuity in the room. So we're not just diving into like, tell me the most vulnerable thing you can. It's more like, let us build into that. Let us create some connection And then we go into the middle and we share our stories as much as we're willing to or able to in that moment. And then the outer circle, the witness circle, or the non-COC owners, get an opportunity to just compassionately listen and be present for the stories that are being shared and allow themselves to experience the impact of that. What is it like to feel these stories land? And at the end, they actually get an opportunity to share back, how was that for them? Like, what is the impact in hearing some of these stories, and how has that changed them, or what are they taking away? What kind of gold are they pulling out of it? And that's a really exciting place to be, is in the witness circle. I've often found that, for instance, in the Pussy Project, I'm part of the witness circle. And I find that being a witness is almost more impactful than being in the sharing circle. Like, to witness others sharing themselves vulnerably, and to hold that space for them and feel the impact of that and feel so much resonance with somebody who's supposedly other than me, just has a lot of transformation for me. It changes something in me every time. And it's always such a beautiful space to be in.
Yeah. And I just want to piggyback on that. And it's, to me, what's really cool about this process is there's layers of transformation and healing happening in each circle and in the connection with the circles. And one thing that I want to highlight here is that we're asking questions about what was painful or what was hard or what was difficult, but we're also asking and inviting people to share their stories of celebration. And I strongly believe that helping clear shame also looks like us owning and claiming the beauty and the power and the amazingness of being sexual creatures, and being witness in that can help reduce shame as well. So we really invite polarity of people's experience, the whole breadth of what is it to be a sexual human being.
Mm-hmm.
And do you find certain people are drawn to this, or is it open to everyone? Is it how? Yeah, can you talk a little bit?
Yeah, I like the way that Sean says it often, and he says, if you feel scared or nervous to go, this is probably the thing for you. And, you know, I will say this, we've had people come to this who are on the very beginning stages of their healing and their transformation around sexual empowerment and get a lot out of it. And I've also had people who are sex positive professionals and do this work around the world, and they attend these and they're getting layers of healing. So it's really, the circles meet people where they are. So if you feel like you're a beginner or newbie, you're welcome. If you feel like you know it all and you're advanced and you do this work, you're welcome. And it's likely that you could get something for yourself as well.
Yeah.
So just so for people, some of our community is newer to this type of thing. Mm-hmm. And just to clarify, there's no actual sex involved of any sort. It's a very safe environment. And it's just talking about opening the conversation.
Yeah, there's no nudity. There's no nudity. We don't really even do any touching. If we do any touching, it's all consent, like a hug or shaking someone's hand or something. And I also want to emphasize that no one is required to share anything at any time. So if someone wants to just show up and witness the whole time, they are welcome to the space. And I also want to name too that for the COC project, the people in the sharing circle are those who identify as having a COC. But if they wanted to sit in the witness circle, they are welcome to do so. And the same for the Pussy Project, pussy havers and owners. If they want to sit in the witness circle, they're welcome to do so as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sounds great.
Yeah.
What so you've been in the Denver community before, or is this your first time, or can you?
We've gone to Boulder many times over the years, and the last time that I was in Denver was 2000, and it was 4 years ago. The last time I was in Denver, so it's been a while since we've been able.
Excited to have you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I have more questions for you, but I feel like they're inside my head still somewhere.
That's okay. This feels good.
Yeah, this feels good. This feels complete. Yeah.
Any other things that you've heard from people that are really good feedback about it, or what people get out of it that you wanted to share and felt?
I just want to say the last thing here, which is it's so simple in its design. It's so simple. We're just inviting people to share their stories in a space of witnesses who are there to listen from curiosity. And people get learnings. And the thing is, if I had a workshop and everyone showed up and I was like, okay, everyone, I'm going to teach you things that you should know or that I want you to learn. That type of learning isn't like deep in their bones and their heart. So what happens is that people see something and hear people's stories, and then they learn for themselves, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do moving forward, or this is the action that I want to take, or I'm inspired because I don't want that thing to happen to my children anymore. I'm going to take action today, not based on us saying you should talk to your children about positive masturbation. They're just inspired because they're like, oh my gosh, I want my kids to celebrate their bodies. And so that's the thing that's exciting for me, is that we're not telling people what they should do or what they should think. We're inviting people to listen, and then they're inspired by their own realizations and insights.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really empowers people to have this workshop series spill over into any area of life that they want to direct it towards. And it creates a limitless healing opportunity that can impact their whole life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Well said.
that also inspires me to share one more thing, which is during the beginning, like Sean said, we set the container. It takes about 45 minutes or so. We teach a very powerful communication skill that some people tell us the most impactful thing that they got was this particular communication exercise that they could immediately put to use and apply in every single area of their life, that has people be more present to their experience and has people be able to connect with people more easily. So people aren't just walking away with oftentimes release of shame, but people are also walking away with really powerful communication skills.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to have you and bring you in, and I think that it's going to be a major success. I would love to show some of the viewers maybe a little slice of what we're all about, just so that, you know, maybe that will pull some people in.
Great.
So we're located in an art gallery, so I'm going to just take my computer.
Okay. Bye, Peter.
Go through the doors. So we have, this side is all aerial, and so some people are proud. And then over here is probably where we're going to be doing the project. So we're surrounded by really inspiring art, and there's 30 different artists on the wall. And so it's a really beautiful sanctuary environment, and we're going to make it even more so for this project. So
Great.
please feel free to come, and
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to contact Sean or I.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
And Peter.
Great to have you. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll be there soon.
Okay. Thank you.